Hi, I'm Paige Pradko. I'm a licensed psychotherapist in Michigan. Today I wanted to take some time and talk to you about how to calm down your anxious brain during this pandemic. Our lives have been rocked, haven't they? We are all in this temporary change right now, and most of us have more anxiety than we've had in a while. So I want to talk about some ways to really deal with that anxiety and calm down our brains. First of all, let's limit our news media. Let's limit how much time we are scrolling and looking for new information and reading all these articles or watching the news. Right now I'm limiting myself to twice a day, no more than 30 minutes. Our brains are natural seekers of information. It's seeking, trying to find an answer of what's going to happen, what can we do, and we just don't know right now. And so this seeking and searching is not going to help you. It's just going to make you more anxious. Number 2, get outside. Being in nature really helps to calm down our nervous system naturally. Of course, with social distancing, but if you can, try to get out there, hopefully some sunshine, at least 20 minutes a day, more if you're able. Number 3, engage in mindfulness exercises. The mindfulness is connecting to what's going on right now in my life, what's going on right in this moment. And our anxious brain wants to anticipate what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen in the future. But mindfulness is what is happening right now. And a great mindfulness exercise is to, if you can, go outside. You can also do it inside. And just sit quietly, look around, ask yourself, what do I see? And just notice in detail what you see, in real detail, as if you were going to paint what you saw. And then close your eyes and ask yourself, what do I hear? Listen to the layers and layers of sound. This exercise automatically calms down the limbic system, the anxious brain. And then go on to, what do I feel? Do I feel the sun on my arms? Is it a little bit chilly today? And then what do I smell and what do I taste? After I do that exercise, it might take me a few minutes. I always kind of have a little commentary in my mind. I will say to myself, this moment is not so bad. And this is actually a peaceful moment. It just helps us, the brain, kind of take a little bit of a rest from that anxiety. Number 4 is I think that our brains right now are doing this thing that I call catastrophizing. Our brains are going through a what if scenario. What if this happens? What if that happens? And it's going through our worst case scenarios. I have a whole videotape that I talk about what to do if your brain is stuck in this mode, and it's on my YouTube channel. You may want to watch that. It's a little more detailed. But I actually want people to go through an exercise of asking them, what is the best case scenario in this situation? And what is the probability of that happening? And then what is the worst case scenario? And what is the probability of that happening? And then our anxious brain wants a plan. And so give yourself a plan. If this happens, these are my resources. This is what I'm going to do about it. Now, the next suggestion I have is almost like an exposure therapy exercise. Now, again, people with anxiety have a lot of difficulty with uncertainty and unknowing. We want to know exactly what's going to happen. We want to know what to do about it. We want control. And, the real truth is that we don't have control. We've never really known what's going to happen, and we have always been living with uncertainty. But this pandemic, really triggers that area of the brain that wants to know. And so I want to challenge all of you. I'm going to give you a little exercise. The next time your brain is really struggling with this anticipatory anxiety or anxious thoughts, I want you to label it. I want you to say anxious thoughts, in your mind or out loud. I'm having anxious thoughts. Then I want you to challenge yourself to tolerate and hold that sense of not knowing and that sense of uncertainty and wanting to know the answers, but there not being any answers. I want you to hold that feeling and tolerate it. It actually teaches our brain that we can hold the feeling of uncertainty, and we can tolerate that and get through it. Now, the next suggestion I have is giving our anxious brain a rest by switching modes. If we switch a mode into a helper mode, or a leader mode, or an organizer mode, or a parent mode, a different mode takes us out of the limbic, the emotional center of the brain, or fight or flight, and brings us into action. What can we do for our neighbors? What can we do for our community? What can we do to help? As soon as we switch into this helper mode, it really gives our anxiety, allows our anxiety to calm down because we've switched more into taking action that frontal lobe. This will really help you to calm down the anxious brain. And finally, actually I have two more ideas. I think activities to calm down the brain are many different things that you can do, like number one is meditation. We should all be doing meditation every day, but especially a time like this. 5 minutes of breath-focused meditation, or any type of meditation that you can find on YouTube that you enjoy, whether it's a guided or breath-focused, is going to help. I have a couple videos on meditation. I recommend to my clients 5 minutes of breath-focused meditation. And if they're especially anxious, I recommend doing the 5 minutes 3 different times during the day. Really helps. A lot of research on how it calms down that fight or flight system and calms down the amygdala. Also, doing yoga, any type of exercise, any type of moving the body is going to help calm down that anxious brain. And different breathing exercises. One of my favorites is square breathing. It's a diaphragmatic breathing method. There are a lot of videos out there. I have a few on breathing that you might enjoy. But breathing methods are very helpful to calm us and even to help us get to sleep at night. And finally, I think it's a great idea that we all try our best to use this time to our benefit. I've always said, boy, if I just had time to write a book, I would love to do that. Or even organize my closets. I haven't done that yet, but that would be a good idea for me to do. Art projects, playing games, creating music. There's so many creative, wonderful things that we've always wanted to do if we just had that time. So I hope that you can take advantage of that. I want you to know that I am here for you. I am more than happy to answer questions, to help in any way that I can. And there are a lot of mental health workers out there that are more than available to help you. So please reach out if you need our help. Thank you. Bye-bye.